At 2:13 a.m. on a quiet Tuesday morning, a young couple in a suburban neighborhood outside Columbus, Ohio, were awakened by a sound coming through their baby monitor. It wasn't crying, static, or a device alert. It was a human voice, soft, calm, and close enough to sound as though it was standing beside their infant's crib. For several seconds, the parents listened in confusion as the signal crackled and faded in and out. Assuming it was a technical malfunction, the father immediately checked the nursery. His daughter was asleep, the room was secure, and nothing appeared unusual. By morning, the incident seemed like a strange glitch. 2 nights later, however, the voice returned. This time the transmission lasted longer, and the audio was clearer. Investigators would later discover something deeply unsettling. The signal wasn't random interference, wasn't coming from another monitor, and wasn't originating from inside the family's home. Initial signal tracing suggested the transmission was coming from a house less than 300 feet away, a property everyone in the neighborhood believed was empty. The house had boarded windows, no registered occupants, and no visible signs of life. Yet someone appeared to be broadcasting audio directly into a baby's room. The family had lived in the neighborhood for nearly 6 years. Their wireless baby monitor had functioned perfectly for over a year before unusual disturbances began appearing. First came occasional bursts of static and signal interruptions. Then came the voice. Concerned by the recurring transmissions, the family documented every occurrence and eventually contacted the manufacturer. Device logs were reviewed, passwords were changed, and firmware updates were verified. Nothing explained the activity. Local law enforcement became involved and initially suspected hacking. However, forensic analysis revealed something unexpected. The voice did not seem to be speaking to the family or child. Instead, investigators appeared to be hearing fragments of conversations taking place elsewhere. The speakers sounded completely unaware anyone could hear them. Attention soon shifted toward the vacant property. County records showed the previous owner had died nearly 2 years earlier, and the house remained tied up in probate proceedings. Utility accounts suggested minimal activity consistent with vacancy. Yet signal analysis repeatedly pointed toward that address. Investigators conducted wireless surveys throughout the neighborhood and discovered unusual radioactivity concentrated around the empty house. Multiple devices appeared active during overnight hours. An empty house should not have been generating that level of wireless traffic. A deeper review of utility records uncovered irregular spikes in electricity and water usage. Security camera footage from neighboring homes revealed occasional late-night visits through a concealed rear entrance hidden from street view. Vehicles arrived after midnight, stayed briefly, and departed without attracting attention. Audio specialists continued examining the monitor recordings. Hidden beneath the static were background sounds including packaging tape, metallic impacts, and industrial equipment noise. Investigators began suspecting the property was not being used as a residence, but as a covert operational site. Network analysis eventually identified commercial-grade wireless equipment operating inside the house. One improperly configured signal repeater appeared responsible for leaking transmissions onto nearby frequencies. That flaw explained how conversations from inside the property were accidentally reaching the baby's monitor. Further investigation revealed the house had become a staging location for a criminal operation involving stolen consumer electronics. Rooms have been converted into storage and packaging areas. Surveillance, financial records, and communication data linked several individuals to the property, including a former telecommunications technician who possessed the expertise to install and modify the equipment. The final breakthrough came when forensic analysts enhanced one of the recordings and recovered references to inventory movements and delivery schedules. The conversations provided investigators with evidence connecting the property to a larger theft network. Search warrants were executed, and officers discovered shelving systems, communication hardware, packaging stations, and stolen merchandise worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. The operation had remained hidden for months because everyone believed the house was empty. In the end, the mystery wasn't a ghostly voice or a paranormal event. It was a real person speaking inside a property that should have been vacant. A simple baby monitor had accidentally intercepted evidence of a hidden criminal enterprise. The very technology designed to protect a child ultimately exposed a secret operation concealed in plain sight. The monitor was supposed to help protect a child, but instead, it exposed a secret hidden inside a house everyone believed was empty.